Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're heading south. We're going into the heart of Alabama,
Right.
trying to look beyond the usual headlines, because there's this incredibly rich, complex culture there.
Absolutely. It's much more than meets the eye.
So our mission for this deep dive is really to unravel that human culture. Understand how a state often, let's face it, defined by its struggles, has this vibrant, resilient spirit.
Exactly. And that history, especially the civil rights movement, you can't separate it from the people. That plus the deep Southern heritage, the farming roots, it's all shaped who they are.
It's not just history locked away in books, is it?
Not at all. It's a living thing. Resilience is the word that keeps coming up.
Okay, let's really get into that. Like, when you stand on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, or you walk through the Civil Rights Institute in Birmingham, or, Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery.
You'd feel it.
You really do. It's not just looking at a place. It's like you can almost feel the heartbeat of the people who are there, that courage.
Yeah, that daily courage. Not just big moments, but everyday defiance. Think about the children marching in Birmingham.
Oh, absolutely. Their bravery, it was just raw. And it really did shift things nationally, maybe more than we always remember.
And that struggle, it was often incredibly painful. That's what forged the resilience we're talking about.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember the other side, the cotton fields, the antebellum architecture.
Right. It's beautiful, but it represents...
It's a duality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Immense wealth built on, profound suffering. And that legacy, it still shapes things today. Land ownership, economic gaps.
It makes the whole journey of reconciliation feel, I don't know, even more powerful.
Definitely.
So if the South has a soundtrack...
A lot of it came from Alabama.
Exactly. It makes sense, right? A place with such a powerful story would just explode with music.
It's kind of amazing how that landscape fostered so much creativity. Take the Muscle Shoals sound.
Ah, yes. Legendary.
It really was. And sort of a paradox, too. You had this studio right in the segregated South, where these white session musicians, the Swampers.
Great name.
They were laying down these incredibly soulful, gritty tracks for legendary Black artists. Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, even the Rolling Stones went there.
Wow. So it was this like musical oasis almost, where the lines blurred.
Musically, yes.
Yeah.
It created this raw, earthy sound that just transcended everything else going on, became globally famous, a kind of musical bridge.
That's incredible. And beyond Muscle Shoals, I mean, Hank Williams was born there.
The father of modern country music, yeah.
And Nat King Cole's early influences, too. How did all these different sounds, blues, soul, country, flourish, like right next to each other?
Well, I think it speaks to that mix of cultures and experiences finding a voice. You had the spirituals and blues from the Black Belt.
Okay.
The folk music from the Appalachian areas. And then just this spirit that built studios like Muscle Shoals. It wasn't just geography. It was like a cultural alchemy. Sorrow, joy, defiance, all finding expression in music.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Maybe grab a napkin, because we need to talk about the food.
Oh, yeah. Alabama's culinary scene, it's serious business.
It's not just about eating, right? It's tradition. It's family.
Totally. BBQ is huge, obviously. Slow smoked.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their secret wood, their secret rub.
Right. Passed down through generations.
Exactly. Each pitmaster stuff is unique. But it's not just BBQ. You've got amazing fresh seafood from the Gulf.
Oysters, shrimp.
Yeah. And then there's this really strong farm-to-table movement doing Southern comfort food, but sometimes with, modern twists.
Yeah.
It all comes back to those family recipes, those traditions. Every meal feels like a bit of a celebration.
So whether it's a roadside BBQ stand or fresh Gulf oysters, it kind of tells the story of the place, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Those agrarian roots, that connection to the land, it runs deep. It shapes the food,
Right.
but also community gatherings, folk traditions, even a sort of self-reliance, tied to the seasons, the harvest.
You see it in how people gather around food.
Yeah, how dishes are seasonal, how simple things are made special through those old methods.
Okay, so beyond the sounds and the tastes, let's talk about creativity. Arts, crafts, storytelling. This is where that human spirit really expresses itself.
It really is. It's a place that inspired huge literary works. To Kill a Mockingbird, obviously. Harper Lee.
A classic offers such insight into justice, human nature.
And she drew so much from growing up in Monroeville. Those themes of prejudice, morality,
Yeah.
they resonate everywhere. And don't forget, Zora Neale Hurston did important work there, too.
Her anthropological studies adds another layer.
It's just fascinating how Alabama's complex history gets woven into such powerful writing.
And it's not just books.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You see it in the folk art, the crafts, quilting, pottery. These traditions are alive.
Telling stories with colors, designs.
Exactly. They're like visual histories. Each stitch, each brushstroke, it's people processing their lives, holding on to their identity, passing it down. It's the soul of the place, really.
Which brings us to how people come together, the festivals, the celebrations.
Yeah, these aren't just dates on a calendar. They're expressions of community, of shared heritage, a kind of joy that pushes back against hardship.
It's deep-rooted.
Very. Think about Mardi Gras in Mobile.
Older than New Orleans, right?
That's right. By decades. It's this centuries-old tradition of unity, celebration.
Yeah.
And then you have something like the National Peanut Festival. Totally different vibe, down-home charm, celebrating agriculture.
So these events, they really strengthen those community bonds.
Absolutely. They're vital connection points, shared memories, shared experiences. It's how they preserve that unique cultural identity, maybe especially because of the hardships they faced.
So what does all this tell us about, like, the collective spirit?
I think it shows incredible resilience, doesn't it? And this deep commitment to community is how people find joy, belonging, by actively keeping their shared history alive.
Okay, final piece of the puzzle, maybe the loudest piece, sports, particularly football.
Ah, yes. You cannot talk about Alabama culture without talking football. It's not just a game there.
It feels like more, like a religion almost.
Pretty much. And the rivalry.
Oh, boy.
The Iron Bowl. Alabama versus Auburn.
It tells you so much about the state. It's not just a game, it's like a statewide holiday, a cultural dividing line. Families split down the middle, crimson on one side, orange on the other.
For generations sometimes.
Absolutely. The outcome dominates conversation for months. Bragging rights at work, at school, even family dinners. This intense passion, it really shows you that Alabamian spirit, the loyalty, the resilience again, that dedication to something bigger.
It's really about identity, isn't it? More than just winning or losing.
Precisely. It's visceral, emotional. It makes the whole state feel incredibly alive around game time.
A powerful cultural touchstone.
Exactly. It embodies that passion, maybe even that stubbornness that defines so much of Alabama.
So let's try to wrap this up. We've gone from civil rights history
To the Muscle Shoals sound.
amazing BBQ and seafood,
Powerful literature and folk art.
huge community festivals, and finally, that roar of the football stadium.
Yeah. It all paints a picture of Alabama's human culture as this testament to an enduring spirit.
It really does. It's a story of struggle, yes, but also triumph. Tradition meeting innovation,
Yeah.
all woven together by the people living it.
And it shows how these specific regional cultures add so much unique flavor to the bigger American story.
And how they can be these engines of healing, of identity. It's quite powerful when you look closely.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other corners of America have these deep, complex stories hiding beneath the surface? Maybe there's an untold story of resilience and identity right in your own community, just waiting for a deep dive.